I believe that if we are honest with ourselves, that the most fascinating problem in the world is who am I? What do you mean? What do you feel when you say the word I? I, myself.
I wanna fly on train! I don't give a fuck! What, please? Hey, what's going on? Give me a second for it. That's what you're thinking of. What, please? Hey, what's going on? I don't give a fuck! What, please? Hey, what's going on? Yeah, you can't get out of it! What, please? I'm joining friends. You wait on.
I am familiar with the fact that you are going to ignore this particular problem until it swings up and bites you in the ass.
Psych, just kidding. My new catchphrase is, I don't give a fuck.
It's asking a lot to believe that the problem is going to fix itself.
Guess what, bitch?
Our technology and our numbers have both reached a state where inadvertently we can pose danger to the global environment, especially through the atmosphere.
The whales have a 15-foot penis. Are you a pervert or something? Okay.
Now, nobody pretends to understand everything about the global climate.
I didn't cut out. You heard me. Google it yourself.
There are feedbacks, some of which you warm the earth a little bit, and the tendency will be to further increase the temperature, so hold positive feedback.
What I'm saying is the planet's on fucking fire.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win.
What's up, heathens? How ya doing? Tonight, we're going to be going over inmate, I don't know is all of his numbers, it ends in 017, quote-unquote Dr. Kent Hovind, fellow Alabamian and local dumbass. He is going to be debunking the geologic column only using the best evidence that creationists can muster, which the best evidence that creationists can muster is not good evidence. It's actually quite fucking ridiculous. He's going to say a number of ridiculous things tonight, so do get your face palm oven mitt protection gear ready because you're going to be face palming yourself all night long. But if you guys want to fuck around and find out how quote unquote Dr. Dino or Dr. Kent Hovind tries to debunk the geologic column, then please stay tuned. In a second. Hold on. Thank you so much there, Bro Cephas, for that. We did we managed a sponsorship with Ridge for pretty much the end of October and November. So If you will, please go down below and you can visit that link, ridge.com Godless Engineer, for 10% off your wallet if you want to get one, or if you have a loved one that you need a Christmas present for. I know that it's not even after Halloween yet, but you still need to be thinking about that kind of shit. So definitely consider going down there and getting yourself a Ridge wallet. But we do have our normal show tonight. It's not all shilling, of course. If you guys don't know, a portion of the proceeds that we make here at Godless Engineer, including a portion of the sponsorship that we just got, and as well as a portion of the super chats, portion of the Skeptic Mafia memberships, all of that helps us donate to charity. The previous month we donated to the Association for Suicide Prevention America. That was really poorly executed right there. But sorry, I'm doing this on the fly. I'm so sorry, honey. But in any case, we donated to suicide prevention last month to a very good charity. We put that up all over the place. This month, we're going to be picking a breast cancer charity. So if you want to send a super chat, like a few people have already done, then please do. We would love to see those super chats. I have the notifications turned on. They weren't on at the very beginning, but they are on now, and they will be on for the rest of the show. So if you want to get those spooky ass super chats in, then please do that. It'll help us donate to breast cancer charity. But anyways, we got a normal show tonight. We got Today I Learned. Bro Cephas is going to come in. We've got comments, and we've got Dr. Kent Hovind. Quote unquote doctor or inmate, whatever in the fuck 017. We got Cadence that says save the tatas. That goes for both men and women too, because men can get the tata cancer too. Crap. I'm so sorry there, Cadence. Right, yeah, I know. I just fixed it. It's because I started up our headsets like after the stream started and everything.
Oh, can
I'm so
you
sorry.
smell the pumpkin spice?
Ultima 9 says, where do I get your shirt? Thank you so much there, Ultima. So this shirt, Citation Fucking Needed, is available at citationfuckingneeded.com or I'm about to check that. Citation. I believe it's citationfuckingneeded.com. I'm working on verifying it right now. I believe that's it. No.
Boom! Trick or treat, motherfuckers!
Apparently not. Okay. I don't think it's without, no. I don't know. For some reason this yeah, it's in the description. I think that maybe we need to pay our internet bill or something. I don't know. Maybe I think I fucked it up when I typed it in, maybe. Yes, with a G. There you go. Yep. It's in the description, citationfuckingneeded.com. And I'm new at this.
Donating this much only makes me drink more.
There we go. Thank you, hon. That would have been embarrassing. Cadence says, how dare you? I was in the process of going through all the super chats. So Cadence had sent the one about saving the tatas. Jason Kolasyke says, have my Hovind bingo card ready. Ooh, it better be with some nasty references on it too, like whale dick. Daniel M says, David says, good night. He is a SWAT team member for Halloween.
you
You go
smell
get
the
him,
pumpkin
David. You
spice?
bust in that door and you fuck him up. Just make sure that that's the right place. You should be fucking them up, okay? I'm getting there. I'm getting there, Chrismer. Next is Chrismer became a new member. Thank you so much there, Chrismer, for rejoining the Skeptic Mafia. You're awesome there, buddy. And then we got Quentin Van Boeven, who says, sending in my weekly tithe. Finally getting to catch a live again. Missed the last few weeks. I'm so glad to have you here there, man. Then we had Ralph Wiggum, who I'm sure is in danger as we speak. Thank you so much for your super sticker there of somebody that's saying incredible. All right. So now that we got all of that stuff out of the way, y'all know what's next. Oh, where the fuck is there it is. So sorry. Only the best professionalism from Godless Engineer. Okay, everybody heard Elizabeth's, right? Y'all been hearing those? Are they not coming through for you? No, like through your headset? Yeah, okay. Just making sure. Sometimes it fucks up with the... Anyways. Professionalism! Yeah, you know what's next, honey? Yeah! Today I learned! Woohoo! All right.
Trick or treat, motherfuckers.
I'm not sure which super chat message that was, but I think it was one of the spooky ones. We got Christopher the Derp Squirrels that says some charity money. Oh, and lick that like button. Don't lick your screen. Don't do that. Thank you. And we had Elizabeth Richardson who says some money for the charity and Halloween candy. Man, we for the neighborhood that we're in, we had to bulk up this year for the Halloween candy, and I think kids are really going to be excited about knocking on this house and not getting Bible tracts or something like that. Y'all actually give out candy? Oh God, you don't know how many times I've heard about Jesus before now. Okay. Anyways, so first up on Today I Learned is a super chat from Quentin Van Boeven, who says amateur hour this week. Folks, please stand by.
Woo! That's KC's money.
Oh, KC got some money. Yeah, so I was on the Hang Up with Matt Dillahunting, and somebody donated money, and it said, that's KC's money. So KC gets donations on other people's channels. I didn't even get one that night. Of course, she immediately turned around and donated it back to Matt. So, see, Daniel M says, I forgot to tell you when we were in Branson, there was a family that with a young guy carrying a cross walking up and down the sidewalk. Like I said, that place is God's asshole.
Heard, but donating is not going to make me stop. Fuck me in the asshole.
Speaking of which, I think, wasn't that an alcohol one? Yeah. Fuck me in the asshole. So I've got Kraken cream soda tonight, in case you're wondering, or if you want to make some, in case you have Kraken laying around. This is Kraken spiced rum and Sprite Zero. So I guess it's Kraken cream soda zero. You got to tack on the zero at the end. Anyways, but yeah, so it's Kraken cream soda. And it's heavy on the Kraken. Yep. I mean, she said, it just kept pouring. I don't know. I thought it was going to automatically stop or something. Thought you had that shit set up. More professionalism from GE. Okay, anyways. First on Today I Learned. there was a study done. When given cash with no strings attached, low and middle income parents increased their spending on their children. The findings contradict the common argument in the U.S. that poor parents cannot be trusted to receive cash to use however they want to. Lo and behold, the majority of parents, when given free money, spend it on their spawn. Who could have thunk? I would hope that a majority of parents would care enough about their children to spend money on their children. There's such a problem in the United States with kids who the only time that they get to eat are the free lunches they get at schools. And I think that it's just gross in America when you've got billionaires that will build a space company just for what seems to be shits and giggles and pretty much an extended vomit comet. And you've got kids starving out there. It's crazy. Anyways, asexual atheist coming in saying GE should write a bartender's book of his specialty drinks featured on this show. It would be more like a pamphlet. Cause I don't drink. Most of it's Kraken though. Cause there's the jittery Putin, which is,
I don't know what y'all heard, but donating is not going to make me stop. Fuck me in the asshole.
There's the jittery Putin, which is it's kind of like a White Russian, except it's the Kraken coffee liquor. And then you've got some half and half. And I've recently started putting Italian cream creamer, sweet Italian cream. Yeah, sugar-free sweet Italian cream. I don't know. I could probably come up with a whole lot more. Like I've got this. It's a shiny. I got a lot of shiny drinks because I drank moonshine there for a long time. It was a shiny. What's the tea and lemonade? Arnold Palmer. Yeah, a shiny Palmer is good too. It's just an Arnold Palmer with moonshine in it. I mean, they're really simple. Like I don't know why a book would be needed. Like I could have a blurb in there like, I was drunk in the cabin one night and was like, this would taste good with moonshine, and that's how this drink was born. Anyways, parents spend money on kids. There's a weird segue there. We got Et Benson that says, now that's a tract that many would like to receive. Oh yeah, I can see it making attractive that just like a little like cartoon snippet, and it's just like me drunk in a cabin. Like, hey,
happy Halloween, y'all.
Yeah, with a drink, like this needs something. Get the moonshine. And then it's like me burning in hell or something like that. I don't know. Huh? Hand those out to kids. Here, kids, here's what happens when you drink alcohol. Give this to your daddy. I could do a great drunk redneck, I have to say. Like, I know, because I can do it pretty good. Like, hey. Y'all want some recipes? And it's like a 10-year-old. No. I got a shiny chocolate recipe for you. It does. Anyways, next on Today I Learned, we got Aztec Emperor Montezuma realized his own seers were bullshit because they failed to see that the Spanish were coming. That's a pretty good test. Can you see Montezuma up there on like, I guess maybe one of their Aztec pyramids or something? They look out there and it's like the Spanish are coming up and he's like, fuck! Where the fuck are you guys? Huh? Y'all didn't see this shit? Yeah. Oh man. Anyways, I hate that happened, but that's a good reason to dismiss your fucking seers. And then next, this is actually kind of pertinent here because of the most recent trailer that came out for Lightyear, the Buzz Lightyear movie that I know you're gonna love.
Not watching.
She is watching that.
Not watching.
She says that she's gonna love it.
Donating this much only makes me drink more.
Oh, apparently she said fuck me. Look, Kritzia Cosplay says, it used to be an old lady when I trick or treated that had a beer cooler for the parents beside the candy bowl. Hey, you know, I would I would have appreciated that. Like just a little thing of like Bud Light. Oh yeah, we'll have I do have those Bud Light Platinums that we could just put in a cooler. I could run out and get some more. I'm not broke. Anyways, so Buzz, the Lightyear trailer came out recently, and so this is kind of topical. The fact that Jim Hanks, the brother of Tom Hanks, does the voice acting for Woody in many of the commercials, shows, and games, while Tom does the big movies and shows. I don't know if you knew that. She doesn't care. You don't like Woody either? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Tom Hanks has this new Apple Plus movie coming out called Finch. I think it comes out next month. Huh? Yeah. What if he goes, "There's a snake in my boot"? The Toy Story. She doesn't watch Toy Story. She didn't know where the snake in the boot came from. There's a snake in my boot. I'd love to have a Bro Cephas cowboy toy. Hey, there's a snake in my boot. Oh wait, no, there's not. I was just, anyways. All right, so that's it for the Today I Learns. But you know what we got next? Something I still need to make an animation for. Comments of the day! Prepare to facepalm yourself in the next week! Nobody can hear you, honey, because you're not mic'd, because you choose not to be mic'd, but you still want people to hear you. She said fuck the movie all the way to hell because she hates Captain America too. I summed it up, but she was a bit more dramatic with it. If you keep talking, honey, I'm gonna make you come over here. She flipped me off. Listen, I'm not the one preventing her from being on mic, okay? I'm just saying. Anyways, so first up on the comments tonight, we've got a tale of in two parts. Okay, I know you hate her, hon. But here's Candace Owens, who says, and this is recently, she said, the most marginalized group in America are the unvaccinated, and the oppressions we face are systemic. Sorry, not systematic. I don't know how to fucking read. I'm sorry. But she had originally said back in 2018, if you hold a permanent view of yourself as a victim, you become your own oppressor. Candace Owens oppressing herself, 2021. Those kinds of tweets never age well. Like, it doesn't matter how long it takes, it never ages well. True, they have a choice to be vaccinated. They can be they should be vaccinated. But a lot of people have this really dumbass idea of how vaccinations work. Okay, hold on. Reset the transform. All right, here we go. Y'all ain't ready for this shit, okay? I'm gonna throw the thick Southern Josephus accent on. Okay, listen. Straight away is fine, okay? If you sun activate your urine and collect the urine 2 hours after vaccination and all the urine for 2 weeks after, activate it to the point where it is. I don't know what comes next. I just know you gotta collect it and sun activate it. That's it. That's the. I don't have the rest of it. I'm sorry. It somebody dipshittily screen capped it. I don't know what went on, but anyways, apparently you get to sun activate your urine and collect it 2 hours after vaccination. I'm wondering if maybe it goes on to say you need to drink it or something. I think you gotta pee first, honey. You just collect it like you just pee. You don't gotta go all the way up the urethra. Every time she's like, sorry. I forgot I'm not supposed to talk if I don't want to be on the mic. All right, next up on the comments, we have, these people are magicians. They know that human consciousness co-creates reality based on what the mind believes to be true and real. This process is amplified when instilled in the crowd consciousness. They are projecting what they want into your mind, so you build it for them. Okay, so let me get this straight. Our minds co-create reality as we think about them. Now, if this were true, I think there would be a lot of strange shit running around, especially at night. Anyways, but apparently they're trying to explain why they need a lot of people to believe something like vaccinations are safe and okay and everything like that. And apparently that because a crowd of people thinks this or believes it, that makes it real. I don't understand this kind of logic, because not even as a Christian was I this dumb. Like, I didn't sit there and think, well, maybe if I believe it hard enough, it'll become real. That's how possessions work. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's how mass hallucinations work. A massive amount of people believe it, and then it becomes real to them. Next on the comments, we have, you have to assume they all are. Anyone that dies that isn't jabbed will be used as a major propaganda. Therefore, any sudden death equals a vaccine death. So, without any kind of corroborating evidence, without any kind of blood work done, without any kind of real investigation, you're just going to label all quote-unquote sudden deaths as vaccine-related deaths. Something seems fucky about this logic here. That's right, honey. If people believing in shit made it real, then Santa would be real. An old man would break into your house every year and do like a reverse breaking in no, it wouldn't be it would be a reverse stealing. Yeah. All right, this next one kind of hits a little close to home, and you'll see why. Have any of you cured diabetes? My dad is done with Big Pharma. He's using black oxygen, but his levels are still high. Any suggestions? Fucking insulin, you dipshit! shit. Sorry, that struck me really hard right there. I don't know what in the fuck black oxygen is. Casey's working on looking it up, but I don't know what black oxygen is or how that helps reduce your glucose levels in the blood. And I know a lot about diabetes, right? More so than probably Wilford Brimley, maybe. I don't know. But in any case, insulin's a hormone, and that hormone is used to allow your organs and tissues and everything like that to be able to absorb the glucose to use it for energy. And the problem with diabetes is that either your pancreas doesn't produce enough insulin in order to allow the glucose to be evenly distributed throughout your body, or you're what's called insulin resistant, and that's where your like organs and stuff don't accept the hormone at least as often as it should in order to bring your glucose levels down to normal. And so I don't know what black fucking oxygen has to do with that, but none of this makes sense. And I actually screen capped this, and there was a number of people in the comments that were like, let me check my mother's holistic medicine bag. I know she's got some shit in there for diabetes. Another person was like, take cinnamon. And I mean, cinnamon does kind of help, but it's not like insulin. Like cinnamon's not going to cause your levels to like even out and like act like it's insulin. I mean, it's not a hormone. Like cinnamon's a spice. And then there were some other people in there with crazy ideas. It's just really ridiculous. You want a mic? Yeah. Yeah, why don't you test?
Testing. 1, 2, dick.
What? You did that live.
Sorry, that's how we.
There's a record.
So, black oxygen is not like black oxygen. It's a brand. It's Black Oxygen Organics. It's like a homeopathic product derived from black mud dug up from 60 feet below a living peat bog in Ontario. Supposedly, this is why you should be taking it. It has humic acid, which is the most powerful electrolyte in existence. It delivers usable oxygen into the cells, boosts immune function, improves metabolism, supports healthy circulation, reduces oxidative stress. It has 70 plus trace minerals, removes toxins, heavy metals, and pesticides from, I guess, your blood. I don't know. Anyway, I guess it's Mother Earth's superfood.
I mean, like, are you injecting it into your body?
No, I think it's a pill. It's a pill.
It's a pill that you take?
It's a tablet, yeah. I think they have other types of ways that you can take it, but what I'm looking at right now is a pill. So, like, a scam. You're taking mud. You're
eating mud in pill form.
Yeah.
Shit, I could go out back and do that. I mean, it's just that Alabama red clay, but you know, if you'll buy it,
red oxygen.
It's red oxygen. It'll clean you out, okay? You start pissing blood, that's just part of the natural process of your liver dying. We got Mike Mick who says, what are Mr. and Mrs. GE doing for Halloween? I don't know. I'll probably be Brocephus. I can cosplay Brocephus. Hey there, kitties. How you doing?
Oh my god, you can't do that.
Woo! That's
Know
how he
where we
saves money.
live.
You got some money.
Got money.
Yep. All right. So the diabetes thing really kind of grinds my gears every time I see it. So that's why I feel the need to mention something. Oh, can you smell the pumpkin spice? Damn, Mr. Monster activated the pumpkin spice. Mr. Macho says, I just watched Arn Raw destroy Kent Hovind and his lies in the textbook series. Can't wait to see what you have to share about Mr. Kent. Yep, because he's not a doctor, that's for sure. He just printed his doctorate off the internet or something, or maybe he forged it himself. Who knows? I'm not claiming to know whether or not he did, but all I can say is I read his doctoral thesis and wow. If you're looking for a sermon, then it's good material. Or if you need to wipe your ass. Either one. Anyways, next up from Flat Earth Friends, we've got What If? Hold on, maybe I should be right here for this. Okay, listen, all right? What if the sun travels at the speed of light, and the sun you see is just the convergence of that light? Yeah. God saw that the light was good, or L. I don't know what that means. And he separated the light from the darkness.
Well, the Bible says that witches should die and burn in hell.
Move fast under a strobe light. Fucking John Cena. Can't
Maybe
see me
I
because
should
I'm
go with
moving
a
faster than the
well-painted
speed of light.
I hear they're huge.
Watch a tire look like it goes backwards. Did he seriously? They seriously spelled tire with the Y?
Oh. Y-E-R.
T-Y-E-R. Tire? Oh, that hurt. For all you know, the sun could orbit west to east. Why not? But it's cool you were sold on distances and not critical thinking the facts they have given. And not critical thinking the facts.
Some people in chat are saying that's the way that British English.
Is it?
Apparently, I was unaware that that's how I thought they just did like use in words where they don't belong and some other shit.
Well, I guess they don't really have anything that kind of indicates that they. If they're British,
that's okay. TYRE is tire British. They just did TYER. So either way, British English or American English, this person is not right.
It's a bit more, I guess, like if he got the two, like if he, sometimes I type a little too fast, but I don't know. Maybe that's just giving him a bit too much leeway on it. But in any case, what if the sun travels faster than the speed of light? I don't even know how to know. It's as far as like relative in this in this solar system, the sun stays at the center. Relative to the universe in general, the sun is moving really fast. Oh, can you smell the pumpkin spice? But you have to understand that when you're talking about the speed of light and the effects of speed of light, it's all relative to whatever speed you're moving at. And so the sun's not moving. We're the ones that are moving. And it's like, I don't even know why he says, for all you know, the sun could orbit west to east. The sun doesn't orbit shit. We do. This hurts. We got a few super chats to get to. We got Daniel M saying people being bullshit about diabetes bothers me too. Yep. I understand that, Daniel. Jane Pusecker says, I am insulin resistant. It's not always easy when trying to eat. I try to eat low carb when I can. Yeah, I try to keep my carbs under check too there, Jane. Green Man says, to Blackwater, do people know what humic acid is? How does something that holds pesticide remove pesticides? I don't know. I mean, they believe weird shit.
These claims are not validated by the FDA.
That's a true story there, hon.
You know what is the COVID vaccine? Go get vaccinated.
Yes, go get vaccinated. Speaking of vaccines and vaccinations, remember when he treated the flu with chicken noodle soup, saltine crackers, and ginger ale instead of communism? Good times.
I mean, I think it's good. You just here's what you do. You put some communism in a squirt bottle,
Yeah.
and then you add a little bit of socialism via like AOC, and then you shake it up,
Mhm.
and then you just squirt it on everything, and it cures all.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sounds like it'll do it. So a few things to note here. Obviously, we've had the flu vaccine for a while, and yearly flu vaccinations are recommended, especially if you are part of the crowd that's more susceptible to getting the flu and being seriously affected by the flu. And it's the same situation with the COVID. Those that can be seriously affected by it should be vaccinated. They should protect themselves. When it's flu season, it's a good idea not to be all up in each other's faces. It's a good idea not to cough on somebody. But I mean, also the treatment for COVID-19 is just Dayquil, rest, and chicken noodle fucking soup.
No. The cure for COVID-19, according to every doctor I called when I had COVID-19, was Tylenol.
Tylenol.
Do you know how sick and tired to death I got of hearing, take some Tylenol and get some rest?
You see, I mean, I took Dayquil and NyQuil for like congestion and shit. Maybe I took Tylenol. I can't remember.
I don't know. I was dehydrated and nearly died. I don't remember.
I know, hon.
But you know what didn't help?
What?
Fucking Tylenol.
Vandalia 1998 says, I think the sun might orbit the center of the galaxy, but definitely not the Earth. That's true. Relative to the center of the galaxy, the sun does orbit, but it's still like we're not positioned at the center of the galaxy. We're right there next to the sun, basically, as far as like relative to the center of the universe. That's what I meant. Anyways, that's gonna be it for the comments tonight. Y'all know what's next.
Shitty ass science? No, TED Talk with Bro Cephas.
Yes, TED Talks with Bro Cephas. I gotta make a new little intro for him, but yeah. Shitty ass science! We're gonna answer some science shit really wrong. I'll be there in 1 second. Y'all just hold on. I gotta put my panties on.
You should have had your panties on before the stream started.
You know what? I don't like pants. Or panties.
I don't blame you.
Yeah. Anyways. Alright, heathens. I am here to give y'all a TED Talk about the dangers of Halloween. Considering that it's Satan's holiday this next Sunday? Why is he violating our Lord's day with his spiky fucking dick?
I mean, it happens on the 31st every year. Sometimes that falls on a Sunday.
You know what? Fuck Satan.
Okay.
All right. Anyways, Halloween. It's bad, and y'all need to do it. Now listen, here's why Halloween is bad, and nobody should celebrate Halloween, okay? If you do pagan magic, then you can't do Christian magic, and God don't like that. And so if you continue to do pagan magical things, then God won't allow you to do Christian magical things, like psychically communicate with him, or, possibly speak in tongues, or possibly, what else do we do? We got the prophets that get visions from Jesus and God and stuff. God loves to phone up that one motherfucker. What's his name? Robin Bullock?
Oh, yeah.
And that pink-haired lady. See, if they were to do some kind of pagan magic-y shit, then they wouldn't be able to talk to God no more, because they can't psychically communicate with him.
I mean, to be fair, Christians stole pagan magic shit. So
2 Timothy, what the fuck ever, shut the fuck up. All right, this is TED Talk.
It's cold. I'm going to take all your blankets.
What?
I wouldn't do that. I'm not mean. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's all right. Anyways, another thing that happens on Halloween are human sacrifices. It's not anything like the sacrifices that happen in Judaism and in Christianity. Because listen, Christianity, we sacrificed a guy in order to absolve our sins. And in paganism, they sacrifice people to do other things other than absolve sins. Yeah. So there's a big difference there. Another big difference is with the animal sacrifices. Now, in Christianity, we don't do that, although we do have roots in Judaism where they love to sacrifice animals, but that's why we're not Jews. We just sacrifice people is all that we do in Christianity. But pagans will sacrifice anything and everything in order to do whatever in the fuck they do. I don't really know. I don't know pagans. They might do one thing or another. But listen, what this all boils down to is that Christian magic is the only magic, okay? And that's the only magic you can do. If you do pagan magic, then you're out the club. All right? Halloween is a situation where you're gonna be doing pagan magic. And if you celebrate it, then God ain't going to invite you into the club. You're going to get stuck at the bouncer, and no matter how much you squeeze your tits together and show them off and wiggle them to him, it ain't going to work because he's in heaven and you're going to hell.
Hey, bro, Cephas. We're celebrating Halloween on Sunday here.
What?
Yeah, we're gonna give out treats to kids.
I will not have pagan shit going on here.
Oh, so you're not gonna eat the Halloween cookies?
Oh no, I'm definitely gonna eat the Halloween cookies.
Yeah, you're gonna eat Halloween cookies?
Yeah.
You gonna paint pumpkins with us?
Maybe.
All right.
I don't think that's magical. I mean, I still gotta be able to do all my miracles in my room.
Okay.
And all of the card tricky miracles and everything. I'm taking a class from Matt Dillhunty about doing magic.
Can you learn how to do dishwashing magic?
I mean, I can try to Wingardium Leviosa that shit, I guess. I don't think it's gonna work because that's pagan, and you're not gonna try to suck me in, you there succubus. Anyways, that's gonna be it for me tonight. What you need to take away from this is pagan magic bad, Christian magic good, and that's all that you need to know. All right? Only do magic for Christ and God. Don't do it for the pagans. Because arbitrarily, pagans is bad. I don't really have a good reason for saying that because we seem to do the exact same shit. I just know that Yahweh is jealous and doesn't want us doing magic for anybody else. He's a jealous fuck. Don't fuck with him. Okay? Anyways, that's it for me. I will see you heathens later. Don't forget to, I don't know, go burn in hell. Bye, heathens!
Go empty the dishwasher.
I ain't doing no dishwashing.
Damn it.
Wingardium Leviosa. It didn't fucking work.
I'm useless.
I'm useless. What the fuck are you saying?
Can you not find your shirt?
I'm trying to. Procephus hid my shirt on the way out.
Why did Brocephus make you take your shirt off?
You know, we don't need to talk about that.
No? It would be uncomfortable.
It would be uncomfortable to talk about why Brocephus had me take his shirt off. Anyways, obviously we love our pagan viewers here. We have a number of pagan viewers that watch the show. And I feel like Brocephus was just kind of highlighting the hypocritical nature of any Christian out there that seems to criticize Halloween and the celebration of Halloween. I mean, honestly, Halloween is so separated from the... We got a new member! It's secularized, yes. It's separated from its religious roots to the point where
on Halloween.
You know, it's really pointless to connect it. Anyways, so we got Vandalia. Oh wait, I already read theirs. Carissa Moon Whisper just became a new member. Thank you so much for becoming a member there, Carissa. And then we've got Quentin Van Boven.
Kirsa.
Oh, Kirsa.
I believe.
Oh, fuck me. I'm so bad with names. Quentin Van Boven says, I love what Brocephus has turned into, from a simple little joke to a full-on bit in shows. I'm so glad that people like the bit.
Though, a lot of people, even though you have the shirt, a lot of people still spell Brocephus with a PH like he's fancy or something. Well, he is fancy. His name's with a F. Brocephus.
Yep. For fuck you. Anyways, so yes, we love all of our pagan people here. You're more than welcome to be here. No, I mean, obviously, if a pagan were to make a video shit talking atheism or trying to push their faith on other people, I would have no qualms about responding to them. But at the same time, I'm not going to go out of my way to target anybody or anything unnecessarily. Just in case anybody was wondering, that's not what the Brocephus bit was about. But anyways, we do have the famous inmate number. Hold on, I've got it. Inmate number 06452-017, aka Kent Hovind. He's going to be teaching us about the geologic column tonight, guys. I don't know if y'all know this, but he doesn't know shit about the geologic column. Hold on, I got to get all my notes and everything like that pulled up over here, because whether or not you believe it, I did do my homework.
You?
I did my homework on this. So I'm going to try to keep up with the super chats and everything like that, because I do have the chat pulled up, but I also have some notes pulled up over here. Kent Hovind, Matt Powell, they're all pretty simple. Kent Hovind's going to say some kind of quirky things here. He's also going to say some very unscientific things, but he's going to claim that he's being scientific. So if you have a bingo card for Kent Hovind, get ready to stamp that motherfucker. Maybe I should do some official ones and give out a prize or something like that for anybody that hits. Instead of bingo, it should be I don't know, whale dick or something, or Kent. I don't know. Anyways, I'll flesh that idea out later. Okay, let me get my headset in. Let's start this train wreck.
This was a gravel pit for years. They dug down about 30 feet of all the gravel, sand, and clay out of here, and they stopped right here at this cliff. You can still see these gravel layers. These layers go all the way to North Carolina, 500 miles. Why would there be gravel layers? It's gravel, sand, clay. The kids are taught in school that each of the layers of the earth is a different age. The geologic column is one of the biggest lies ever taught in the history of the world. The geologic column does not exist. There's no such thing as a Jurassic Age or Triassic or Mississippian. It's all baloney.
I'm sorry, I gotta stop it. I was gonna wait for him to actually bring up some other things, but I feel like I need to rehear this, re-listen, whatever. I think that he said Mississippian. Listen back through it when he starts listing off the different eras or whatever. Listen to what he says.
The geologic column does not exist. There's no such thing as a Jurassic Age or Triassic or Mississippian. It's
Mississippi. Was there just an age where rednecks ran rampant? I have to wonder if there's a point in time that Kent thinks that we say existed where it's just redneck. And
Honey, we're living in that right now.
we are living in that right now. So I mean, that makes his comment even more nonsensical. Is this the Mississippian age? It kind of feels like it. Oh man. I think that he meant Mesozoic, maybe? Mississippian is a geological age? Really? Let's see. Oh, Mississippian period. Yeah, geologists in North America use terms Mississippian and Pennsylvanian to describe the time period between 358.9 and 298.9 million years ago.
So what were you saying about doing your homework?
I mean, I did do my homework, but they use terms that, like, those aren't official, like, ages. Like, those aren't the typical ages that you see. Like, let's see.
This says it's a period of
Oh,
marine transgression.
can you smell the pumpkin spice? Let's see. All of the Oh, do y'all smell that candy corn?
Apparently it's a sub-period.
A sub-period.
I don't know. I like your description of it better.
Yeah.
Whole bunch of rednecks running around, ruling the world.
I mean, I kind of feel like that would have been cooler to use, like, for that period of time. But hold on, I'm trying to get this image in here, and for some reason it's not wanting to.
The rednecks. Oh wait, sorry, that's a super chat. I can't. That you gotta do.
Oh, Mike Mick says on a T-Rex yelling "Roll Tide." Let's see. Vandalia 1998 says some Americans divide the Carboniferous up into the Mississippian and Pennsylvanian, but not the rest of the world. So this doesn't seem. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is that it doesn't seem like an official designation. So it kind of caught me off guard. To hear that, it's not really a big. So yeah, that'll show. It's not really a big deal. It kind of sounds funny. If I had heard that like in school or something, I would have thought about it. That's why I was thinking he must have meant Mesozoic, because that's the Triassic, Jurassic, Cretaceous eras or time frame, and then you've got all of this. But apparently, oh look, there it is, Mississippian, Pennsylvanian. It's right there in this. What the fuck? I missed those. Well, shit.
Is it your chart that you pulled up when you did your homework?
Well, no, I didn't look at the, like, I did my homework, but I didn't like look up all the different
yeah,
eras
that would
or
have been a
whatnot.
lot of work.
Huh?
That would have been a lot of work. Kent Hovind's really not that hard.
Yeah, he's not. Anyways, it just kind of it caught me off kilter for him to say Mississippian, but hey, looks like I did learn something.
Today you learned.
Today I learned.
And you know who taught it to you? Dr. Kent Hovind.
No, he says there's not a Mississippian. There was a Mississippian.
But you learned about it.
Yeah, I learned about it because of his blunder, and I guess my blunder. I'm perfectly fine being wrong about things, obviously, but yeah, I didn't expect that to be true. The Mississippian, though, that's just kind of a weird name to give a time period, and then the Pennsylvanian time period. I don't know that. See, there's not, like, with Pennsylvania, I can't really think of anything that's like quintessentially Pennsylvania, but it's like for Mississippi, it's just rednecks, like rednecks and incest. That's all that Mississippi has. That's all they export too.
I mean, they got casinos.
Yeah, they do have casino, but that's in like the nicer parts of Mississippi. Like,
What? Have you been to those areas where they have?
no.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm saying relative to Mississippi, those have got to be like the nicer parts of Mississippi, not like the boonies of Mississippi.
Okay.
I guess we'll have to go to Mississippi one day and see.
What?
What? We could go to the casinos. We're adults.
Yeah, but I mean, I'd rather go to like casino in North Carolina or something.
Yeah. We're gonna in post. We're gonna have to take out that whole shit about the Mississippian thing.
In there, it's kind of funny.
All right, let's continue.
You know, donating this much only makes me drink more.
That's true.
Yep. Daniel M says, I'm betting that's why he uses that time period to throw people off. It's like, did he just say Mississippian? Like, what the fuck? And then you go and look it up. Well, fuck me. That is a time period that people talk about. Mike Mick says Dick Cheney shotgunning pterodactyls is a PPV.
Trick or treat, motherfuckers.
Trick or treat, motherfuckers. All right. So sorry for my dumbassery there. But hey, I learned something. And it's never a wrong thing to learn shit, okay? I'm just going to say that right now.
You teach me stuff every day.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Normally we're not live while it's happening, though, to like, you know,
That's true.
Over 100 people. Now, 100 people are like, he was making fun of him, and Kent was right.
Dumbass. I mean,
That's
but
gonna
Kent
be-
wasn't right.
He's not right, but anyways.
Triassic age or Triassic or Mississippian. It's all baloney. All these layers formed at the same time. They say the top layer's younger. I say, really? Where did it come from? Every time.
Well, okay, so he's taking a long time to get to what I was wanting to point out. So where do the new layers come from? And that's just, well, general like sediment settling from dust storms, from the different weather systems that operate in like the rock cycle, just the general rock cycle of how stuff.
You know, donating this much only makes me drink more.
Paleo 101 says, I just got back from a paleontology internship at the Mississippi Museum of Nature and Science. They got a museum of nature and science out there? Damn. Way to go there, Paleo.
I mean, there's a museum in Decatur that really say a whole
Decatur's
lot.
like pretty far from Mississippi.
What?
But I don't know. We're comparing two shit states here. Anyways, good on you there, Paleo. I'm so glad that, you know, so far this Kent Hovind video is just turning out bad. Okay, because I was wrong about making fun of the whole Mississippian thing, which honestly I would make fun of the Mississippian age regardless of if it was really used in geology. So there's at least that. But then, you know, there's the whole Mississippi thing, and I don't know. I should stay away from that subject, I guess. This is going to be clipped out of context, and it's like, gee, he's a dumbass.
If that's what makes people's, you know, watching, whatever.
Every time people come to our tour here, we show them this little jar that I shake up. It always settles out into gravel, sand, clay. Gravel, sand, clay.
Okay, yes. So what he's trying to assert here, which he'll say a bit more in his video later on, is basically that the layers that we perceive in the geologic column is just a natural sorting of heavier and denser material that floats to, or not floats, but sinks to the bottom, and then the lighter material piles on top of that and piles on top of that. And he's using the area that he's in order to suggest that that's exactly what happened, because there's all of those, there's all that gravel and stuff back there. But I'm gonna get to why that's all there here in a minute when he actually brings it up. But the geologic column definitely cannot be because of the natural sorting that happens in fluid dynamics and stuff. And that's simply because like, well, you'll find multiple coal seams, right, in the strata that you find in certain areas, and that it simply can't be a natural sorting of things, because what you have is the coal was transformed into coal from living plant matter, or, well, I guess dead plant matter. It was living at one time, but then it died. And then, you know, through millions of years and pressure and all that, it turns into coal. But you'll find multiple levels of it, and this is multiple times where this area was like washed away by a flood or some kind of natural disaster, and then just by the natural rock cycle or the natural weather cycles of the earth gets covered up, and then new life grows on top of it, and it gets destroyed again. And so you end up with multiple seams of coal running through it. And so it simply cannot be that way because of the different densities of material that exist within the geologic column. You can't explain that with just natural sorting. You can only explain it through uniformitarianism, which is just the gradual laying down of layer after layer after layer, building this this historical window into the past of what happened in that area.
Every time people come, we flip this little thing over, and it always makes hundreds of little bitty layers. Now, wait a minute.
Okay, but you see, Kent, well, you see, Kent doesn't understand that that is a far different thing than layers of rock and sediment and all that being piled on top of each other, you know, over millions of years. Like, that is significantly different than what you see in the geologic column.
This whole flipping the jar thing over reminds me of that stupid ass Mo Brooks, and the rocks falling in the ocean makes the water rise.
Yeah, that was really stupid.
Just on we're talking on wholly different scales here, sir.
Yeah. Are different ages. If you shuffle a deck of cards, is the top card younger? No, they're all the same age.
Well, so he's saying, like, if you shuffle a deck of cards, is the top card younger? Well, no, it's not, but that's also not how geology works. It's not how uniformitarianism works. Because if you were to take one card and set it down, right, and then, like, 100,000 years later, you set down another card, and then
every year you set down a card. Then you've got a deck of cards full of cards from 52 different years. You shuffle them, and yes, one card is. Well,
I wasn't trying to be as granular as like once every year. I was trying to encapsulate like a lot of layers in like one card, trying to shrink it down and make the point a little bit more succinct by putting down like one card, then 100,000 years, another card. So, I mean, in reality, it works. Like every year, there's a new layer, whatever. But just to make the point here, if you were to put down a card every 100,000 years onto a stack, then, I mean, that's what we're talking about here. We're not talking about, oh, can you smell the pumpkin spice? I can. That's what we're talking about here. So yes, the top card on the deck would be significantly younger than the card on the bottom, or any card in the middle, or any card beneath it. It would be younger than it. So, I mean, he's just misrepresenting how geology and everything works, our natural world works. Paleo 101 says, I don't most of my paleo geo work in Alabama. Don't even get me started with Kent. I will take him to school. I'm sure you would be able to do it far better than I would on this particular topic, but you know, I'm just working off of the best research that my dumb ass can do. Okay. Thank you so much there, Paleo. All right.
Same age. This geologic column is one of the biggest hoaxes ever. All over the world, petrified trees are found standing up, connecting all the layers. Well, how long does a dead tree stand around? Here at this latitude in Lennox, 31 degrees above the equator, we're turning almost 900 miles an hour.
Okay, before he gets into this, he's talking about the rotation of the Earth, but he's about to say something really stupid. He asked about what's called by this particular community polystrate fossils. And it's interesting because we've understood these tree fossils for a while, and it didn't really pose a problem for geologists back in the 19th century, and it doesn't pose a problem for us now, because the vast majority of the time, what you find with these quote unquote polystrate fossils are that the root systems of that tree are fossilized in the layer just beneath the trunk. And so you see that the tree was firmly planted there the entire time. Now, whether it got covered up partially very quickly and then slowly over time it got covered, or maybe it all got covered like at once or something, in some kind of fashion. It doesn't really matter because we have the fossils of the root system to the tree that's standing there. So yes, it did just stand there dead. I mean, dead trees just staying there is a thing that can happen. And it being buried slowly over time is a very plausible thing. But the point is that we've known about this since the 19th century. Kent Hovind is banking on you not knowing this, not knowing that the information's out there. If you just go to Talk Origins and you look through their material and you get to the Polystrate Fossil section, there's a whole article on it where in the 19th century we solved this issue. So the trees were always there. They were firmly planted there. And it's not that the trees were quickly covered by some kind of flood. Now, if a global flood did happen, could that occur? Sure. But is it the most plausible explanation? No. But he's so firm on his position that he cannot consider any other position. He only considers his creationist position. And so he has to misrepresent the science on how all this occurred. This is the research that I did. I honestly didn't think I had to do research on Mississippian because it really didn't matter to me at the time. I just got this vision in my head, not vision. I got this image of my image in my head of like,
You got a vision?
rednecks running rampant in the past.
That would be funny. Except it's now, and we live in it.
Yep.
The Halloween horror.
Ways moving water at 900 miles an hour would take all the rocks and roll them against each other like a rock tumbler does and round them off. All over the world, gravel is rounded. They call it river rock. No, this is from the flood. It was rounded back and forth by the tide going back and forth.
Okay, for one thing, I don't understand what he means by tide going back and forth. Because as I understand it, the world flooded and stayed flooded for a year. So I don't understand what he means by, there was a tide going back and forth and everything like that. Also, he says that the earth is moving at where he's
the
at.
Bible says that witches should die and burn in hell.
Mike Mick says this $5 goes to Dr. Dino so he can get some ramen noodles in jail.
Sorry, I just have to address something in the chat. Ed, Feist did not convert back to Christianity. That's not a real thing. I don't know where you heard that, but that's not true.
Yeah, we definitely know that that's not true. But anyways, so Kent Hovind here is saying that at where he's at, where essentially I'm at, on the earth, we're moving at 900 miles an hour. So water is moving at 900 miles an hour, and that's how these rocks got rounded. Because it acts like a tumbler. Now, if you guys don't know, those water jets that they use to cut steel, they move water, they shoot water out at 900 miles an hour. Do you seriously think?
Donating this much only makes me drink more.
Mm-hmm. He thinks that the water shooting out at a speed that's great enough to cut steel is just simply rounding these rocks out. I feel like that water would pulverize these rocks. I know what Ed's talking about because Mr. Shigura. Yeah, I remember it. Last year at April Fool's, he pretended to come out Christian. But he
so
did it
weird.
while he was shitting on a toilet, I think.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. But anyways, so he's trying to push this whole idea that the ocean's moving at 900 miles an hour, rounded off these rocks, and it was not a slow erosion of the rocks by like running water through a river or something like that. And I think he's about to go a little bit more in depth in this, but I just wanted you guys to understand he thinks 900 mile an hour water simply smooths rocks.
Layers with the tide going back and forth. These rounded rock layers go to North Carolina. If that's a river, that's a big river. 500 miles.
Right, it's 500 miles, but if you consider what North America looked like at this point in time when he's talking about, if you will notice, it's fucking underwater. So yes, a slow erosion of these rocks into smooth rocks via water slowly eroding them is very plausible. As you can tell, and this just comes from Wikipedia about the Appalachia region. As you can tell, this area that we're in right now was underwater, and there was actually a sea that bisected the United States. And you can see there was an inlet that even cut up into Canada and everything like that. So it makes no sense to say, oh, it must have been a global flood when we know, well, there's all the telltale signs in all of these areas that this was the most likely shape of this particular continent or this particular area on the globe. So I don't understand why he would think that a global flood is more plausible than just this area was covered by water and that's why the gravel is round. But then again, I'm not a creationist dickhead. A whale dickhead. A whale of a dickhead!
Made me think of the picture of you and Viced in the boat.
Okay, now I've got to go and get that, I've got it. I believe I've got it right here. Yeah, here we go.
Jonathan Trek is trying to summon Viced. I don't know where they're at tonight.
I mean, they're probably living their lives. Here's the time Vice Rhino and I actually saw a whale dick up close.
Yeah.
Luckily, we are sponsored by Ridge. Remember, you can get 10% off a Ridge wallet if you use my affiliate link down below in the comments. Ridge.com, Godless Engineer. Whale dick ahoy. Right there. Ah!
I mean, they asked.
They did.
All over the world, petrified clams are found. Normally when you find seashells along the beach, as soon as they die, they open. Well, and you hardly ever find a matched pair. But all over the world, petrified clams are found in the closed position. Petrified closed clams. It had to be buried alive quickly. If the water came up 200 feet and came in at 900 miles an hour, it's going to make a layer of mud 50 feet thick in 10 seconds and bury the clam beds. They find petrified closed clams on top of Mount Everest, tallest mountain in the world full of seashells. Today, the world's record biggest oyster is 14 inches. They find fossilized oysters in the mountains in Peru, 500 of them, all bigger than the world's record. Here's a guy laying on one. There's an 11.5-foot oyster found 2 miles above sea level. I think there was a flood.
I think there was a flood. I've ran out of crack and cream soda. And now I have Bud Light Seltzer, and I don't know if you guys can see that. It's Seltzer Nog. This is part of the Ugly Sweater collection. And It is not good,
Is it? No.
but it's beer. Kind of. Slightly.
I mean, not only is it Bud Light, but it's Bud Light Seltzer. I feel like at some point you lose the ability to call that shit beer.
I mean, it does have alcohol content.
It doesn't make it
5% alcohol. That's the same as regular Bud Light. But like Bud Light that I have back there is actually Bud Light Platinum. So it's got 6%.
Oh, dang, party at GE's house.
Party at GE. Mr. Shakira said, "Rip Bud Light sponsorship."
I don't know. I think Bud Light could make an ad of your face when you tried that Bud Light pumpkin spice seltzer.
Good.
You loved it. What do you mean? You were like so surprised. You're like, "That's actually really good."
Oh, oh yes, sorry.
Yes.
The pumpkin spice. I did like the pumpkin
You
spice.
did.
That's true. Anyways, he's talking about clams, and not in the fun way.
Petrified closed ones. Kent, that's because they're near you.
Don't worry, he'll just body slam them.
Oh no.
Oh no. Anyways, so he's talking about petrified clams and how sometimes they're found closed. This can happen whenever like they get covered rapidly underwater
Or near Kent.
or near Kent. Clams that should
They just snap right shut as soon as he comes near. Same happens to Ken Ham.
Clams slam shut and die when they get near Kent Hovind.
Dry up, petrified.
Dried up and petrified clams. Anyways, so Kent here is portraying this as being evidence of a worldwide flood. Now, this anything that can be explained by this whole worldwide flood thing is also equally and more plausibly explained just by these clams being covered quickly by mud or by anything else. Like it happens. And then he mentioned the seashells that are found on top of Mount Everest. If I know that Ken knows this, but he rejects it.
No, donating this much only makes me drink more.
Yeah, I know it does. Paleo says the giant clams aren't even actually clams, but large concentrations. I can't. That's good to know, Paleo. I didn't really bother to look up the whole large clam thing. Because it's kind of like finding large clams. I mean, whether or not they're real, excuse me. The seltzer is very fizzy. Okay. I feel like I'm Rick and Morty right now. Anyways, so it doesn't really matter if the large clams are real or not, because clams that are shut and found and fossilized shut are easily explainable by just, being quickly covered by mud or whatever, and not being and still being alive. So they were basically buried alive and fossilized. And I mean, that's incredibly plausible without the need for a flood. So whether or not there were big clams, yeah, but it's good to know that these giant clams aren't exactly what he claims that they are. Oh shit! So sorry, Dragon Master. Dragon Master says if the Earth flooded like Kent says it did, there would be no fresh water. That's true. There would be no fresh water, so all of the freshwater animals would have died. But I don't know how he gets around that. Another interesting point to make is that if the entire world flooded, there are several salt basins out there that are hundreds of meters thick. It's kind of hard to explain that with the whole global flood theory, because salt concentrations in that amount would have killed any life in the water. So I know at least Ken Ham thinks that life that was in the water survived in the flood. So you really didn't have to worry about them. You just had to worry about the life on land. But if the salt concentration were to be what it needed in order to lay down the layers of salt in these salt basins, then you would definitely kill all the life in the water. Mike Mick. Oh, I already read Mike Mick's.
Today I learned that atheists sacrifice babies on Halloween.
I don't know if y'all know that, but it's true. Mike Thole says a donation to breast cancer research, courtesy of Kent Body Slam Hovind. I wonder what his favorite wrestling move is. You think it's like the power bomb? I think it's probably the power bomb. Whew. Anyways, okay, let's continue. Enough with the insensitivity.
Above sea level, I think there was a flood. If the water came up 200 feet and came in at 900 miles an hour, it's going to knock all the trees down. And
I'm sorry, it wouldn't just knock all the trees down, Kent. Coming in at 900,000 miles an hour would utterly fucking destroy a forest. Like that's the speed needed to cut fucking steel. And you think that it's just gonna knock down a forest? The fuck, Kent? Poof. Like my bones in the morning. Poof.
At 900 miles an hour, it's going to knock all the trees down and bury them under a layer of mud and form coal. You know, coal is always found in seams. No exception. Sometimes multiple layers of coal. Coal, gravel. Well, that's the tide going back and forth, a different tide.
So I'm guessing that Kent's view of how the flood happened was that it happened gradually. That the earth started to flood, and it took a long time to flood. No, it doesn't. But also Kent, what Kent does is he supposes that there was water underneath the earth, right? And it was a certain amount of miles. It's like 5 to 15 miles below the crust of the earth. Nothing happened, I promise. And for water to shoot out from underneath the crust up, it would, for one, heat the water up so much due to the friction and speed that it would vaporize and it would superheat the surface of the earth. So there's no way that Noah could have survived that. But let's just say that the earth did flood. It makes no sense for there to be like these tides that he's talking about, and for tides to lay down specific amounts of layers. Now, before he pointed out, let me see if I can go back in his thing. He pointed out all of these different seams of coal there, right? You see all of them. Now, I feel like in this one image, Kent Hovind has provided enough evidence to show that creationism is bullshit. Because, for one thing, it takes millions of years for coal to form. This is due to the fact that it's dead organic matter that is compressed, and it eventually turns into coal. And that process takes a long, long time, millions of years. And Kent would say that, well, it doesn't take millions of years. If you just have high heat and pressure, then it would form quicker. Okay, let's run with that idea. So let's just suppose this. What you're saying is that these these waves, these high tides would come in and destroy and lay down plant matter, right? And that's, let's shit. Hold on. I can change the properties on this. Capture cursor. There you go. All right. Here we go. So let's just say, like, right here, of course, you've got multiple different layers before this, but let's start right here with this particular one. So dead plant matter is laid down right here, right? And then Kent is proposing rapid formation of this coal. Vandalia.
Woo! That's KC's money.
Oh shit. Vandalia. I said it right earlier, right? Vandalia 1998 said Superman can make coal and diamonds in seconds. True, but only because he's an alien, has super strength, and can provide enough pressure and everything to transform it in seconds. Even if you had a whole ocean on top of this mountain that Kent is showing us, that wouldn't happen. But I understand your point. Anyways, so let's just say right here, we've got plant matter being laid down. And then he wants us to believe that rapid formation of coal occurred, and then more layers were laid down on top of that. I don't understand how this makes any kind of sense. Because even if coal rapidly formed, the fossilized root systems of the plants that formed the coal seam are present in the layer just below the coal seam. So you're trying to tell me that there was enough time in order for the coal to form, but also enough time for the plants used to form the coal could take root. And that happens at every layer. At every layer, as you can tell in this picture, because at every layer, you're going to find a root system, right? At every single layer, you're going to find a root system that's been fossilized. Okay? And then you see the current layer on top of all of that, which could be devastated by some kind of flood, some kind of natural disaster, could like squash it all and replace the top layer with whatever layer comes on top of it next. And then that will turn into the next coal seam. So I don't understand why he thinks this is proof of a worldwide flood. He just arbitrarily says that it's the high tides or whatnot that are going in and out and developing these things. I don't understand any of this because it doesn't make sense.
Seams, no exception. Sometimes multiple layers of coal. Coal, gravel, well, that's the tide going back and forth, a different tide. Every 6 hours, 12 and a half minutes, you'd have a tidal change. Noah was in the ark for 880 tidal changes.
How does he fucking know this? How is he determining this shit? We got Matt Karma sending in a milestone chat saying, since when has he ever made sense? He hasn't. But, I mean, holy shit. How does he know how many title changes Noah went through? I feel like he's taking what we know about the geologic column and working backwards in order to arbitrarily propose shit about fucking Noah. Just making sure I didn't miss any super chats. All right.
The water came up, down, in, out, 880 times.
Wait, the water went up, down, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Why is it only moving in those, like, it's only moving horizontally or vertically? How does he know this? Citation fucking needed. Thank you very much, dipshit.
one down, up, down, in, out, 800.
We got a couple super chats. Hold on.
Well, the Bible says that witches should die and burn in hell. Well, the Bible says that witches should die and burn in hell.
You know, that was Brocephus, guys. Don't listen to him. Witches are cool. Witches are awesome. Just don't try to convince me of psychic vampires and we're good. Now, in case you're wondering, the Ugly Sweater collection has a lot of great flavors in it, like cranberry. And we're about to test that right now. Cranberry's not bad. Much better than the seltzer nog. I'm glad I've only got 2 more of the seltzer nogs to go through. Cranberry's not bad. So we had a couple super chats. Jason Koldesak saying, especially the multiple layers of coal. How many floods? Exactly. But he does explain it with multiple tides going in and out. Tide comes in, tide goes out. How do you explain that except with a global flood? Dragon Master said the tide only does it in the missionary position, obviously. Daniel M says, also notice that the layers are uneven if the tide was coming in and out at set times. Wouldn't the layers be more even? Well, I mean, probably, but I feel like that would ultimately depend on the topology of the area. In that particular area, you had, I don't know, you kind of had like a rocky, I don't know. It might be weird, it might be not, I'm not sure. It kind of seems like that area was flat at one time and then later it got rocky. So I don't know.
Water came up, down, in, out, 880 times. It'd make all these layers in one day, not millions of years.
I guess because all of the layers that he's talking about are relatively like low in number. And so that means that these layers would have been formed quickly because of the amount of tides going in and out that he arbitrarily seems to assign to Noah's experience. I don't know where in the world he's getting this, other than he must be working backwards from like the geologic column as it exists. And then in order to explain that on the flood model, it has to do this number of times. So he's working from the conclusion backwards to his premises. Sorry, no, that wasn't beer. That was that was an energy drink. Just so you know.
In one day, not millions of years. We shook this up a few minutes ago. It's already settling out. Gravel, sand, clay. Give it a few more minutes, see what it does. It does it every time. The flood explains all the geology of the world. There is
no, the flood doesn't. The flood doesn't explain, like just in this video talking about the coal seams, the flood doesn't explain why there are fossilized root systems in the layers just below the coal seams, why there are soil horizons just below the coal seams. Why on earth is any of this a thing if there was a global flood? And there's so many other things that we could bring up, and actually the people over at Talk Origins actually have a really good list of reasons why the whole flood hypothesis is just fucking wrong. So let's see. Let's run through this list real quick. The existence of desert deposits is quite hard to place in the context of a global flood. This comes from Morris and Morris in 1989. The geologic column is not divided up by hydrodynamic sorting. This is shown by Whitcomb and Morris in 1961. The geologic column is not sorted by ecological zones. The Silurian Interlake, Devovian Prairie, Pennsylvania Menalusa, and Jurassic Morrison formations are continental deposits. Oceanic deposits sandwich those beds. The ocean came and went many times. You can't explain that on a flood. The persistent burrowing, which is found throughout the geologic column, the erosional layers, and the evaporated salt requires much more time than a single year to account for the whole column. The fact that the fossil mammals are not found with the earliest dinosaurs, and that no primates are found until the Fort Union Formation, or that no full dinosaur skeletons are found in the tertiary section, implies strongly that the column was not the result of a single cataclysm. Until Christian catastrophists can explain the facts of the geologic column, they need to tone down their rhetoric against the geologists and other scientists. That comes from Paul Steidel, 1979. This entire idea has been fought for such a long fucking time. And if you want to know more, you can go to talkorigins.org /facts/geocolumn. There's an entire article about the geological column that refutes everything that this fuck is saying. So definitely go and check that out, because that's actually written by somebody that knows their shit. I'm not claiming to be an expert, obviously. I mean, I thought the Mississippian era was a time when rednecks roamed the earth. Don't trust me. Trust the experts, and the experts are saying that what he says is bullshit, and they have the evidence to back up their claims that his shit is bullshit.
No such thing as a geologic column. One of the biggest lies ever taught to kids in school. They say during the Archean era, there's no such thing as an Archean era. This geologic column that they teach is the Bible to the evolutionist, number one.
No, it's not the Bible. This is nowhere near. Like, we've changed our minds on geology, the geologic column. Like, it can easily be changed. The Bible is not easily changed. So I don't know what the fuck he's talking about right there. But regardless of whether or not you want to recognize the age of those layers are still there. And whether or not we apply one label or another to them, you still have to account for those layers. So I don't know why he's quibbling over the names of these layers. He's just, I guess, angry because the layers have the connotation of the age. Another thing that would be hard to overcome for him is radioactive dating. Radiometric dating. Sorry. I was thinking radiocarbons. But radioactive dating would definitely fuck his shit up, because the down here on this layer would render a very old age compared to this top layer. So he would have to explain why the radioactive dating of those materials would render such different results.
Hey folks, here we are.
Sorry, that was it. That was all his video. Gonna get back to this screen with the spooky background. I really like this background. Shout out to Uhan Roderick for making this background for me. So that's gonna be pretty much it for his video. All in all, just to give kind of a recap, while I was wrong about the Mississippian era, it was not about rednecks roaming the plains.
Trick or treat, motherfuckers!
Paleo scared me with the boo, trick or treat. And I'm waiting for it to come through. There it is. How would he explain geological maps and oil? My guess is he would just explain it with high pressure and heat, maybe. I don't know. I think that possibly he just thinks that things happen quicker. But I'll definitely keep a lookout, Polio, for any kind of explanation that he might give for it, because Kent Hovind is the quintessential creationist. I mean, he believes all the crazy shit. His recent protege, Matt Powell, thinks that Civil War soldiers hunted pterodactyls. And I'm going to have a clip out soon on my Godless Engineer Shorts channel. If you want to go and check that out, here on YouTube, just type in Godless Engineer Shorts. I should have a link in the description. I've got links for everything else. But if you want to go and check that out, please do. I've got a lot of great videos that post over there of old clips. Not full videos, but very short videos, relatively short. If you want to go check those out, please do. But all in all, I found Kent's video very unimpressive. I found it very basic bitch. If I can apply that label. It was a very basic bitch type of video. He had the very basic arguments. He had the clam argument. So I don't know if anybody has their Kent Hovind bingo card or their Creationist bingo card, and they stamp clams, but clams definitely die near Kent Hovind. And then he had the hydrostatic sorting, which doesn't explain everything. And he had 900-mile waters rounding off pebbles instead of pulverizing them or cutting them in half or whatever in the fuck. I think that if you had one of those water jets that shot water out at 900 miles an hour that cut steel, I think that steel is much harder than like the fucking pebbles that he has. So I feel like if water hit pebbles going 900 miles an hour, it would definitely pulverize them. It would not just simply round that shit off. But in any case, I was very unimpressed. I'm not surprised, but at the same time, I do have to say that as in general with Kent Hovind, I learned things from Kent. Not because he's right about anything that he says, but because when I investigate the claims that he makes, I find out information that's true. I find out the reasons why he's wrong. He said that there's no Mississippian era. And I mean, I thought it was bullshitting, but no, there is a Mississippian era. It's there. It's just a subgroup of an era. And it's just, it's crazy to think that somebody being as wrong as Kent Hovind can cause you to learn things because they are so wrong. I hope that I've done that for people. Like the fact that I've been wrong about something has caused them to look up the real information, or has seen me in real time look up the information because I was wrong, has caused them to be more I was thinking edification, just more educated. I like if that's what's happened here tonight, that people have learned something about the geologic column, being that there was a Mississippian in a Pennsylvanian whatever layers, then I think that's great, because you guys have learned something and I have learned something, and we are better for that. So anyways, we're about to get into the Skeptic Mafia comments. If you guys don't know, the Skeptic Mafia gets to see the video before we do the live stream, and they get to leave comments, and then I read it, even if I'm fucking blitzed out drunk. By the way, this video is sponsored by Ridge. I don't have my wallet up here right now, but I actually used it all day today, and it's a fantastic wallet, I have to say. Because it's such a low profile, it holds a lot of cards, and you can just get to your shit quickly. So definitely go and check out my link down below at ridge.com, Godless Engineer, for 10% off of an order from Ridge. Definitely check that out. All right, so we're about to get into the Skeptic Mafia comments. If you guys will, please smash that like button, subscribe, leave a comment with what you thought about this video, and don't forget to stand up and use your voice. Bye, heathens. But don't go, because we've got the Skeptic Mafia comments. And I'm going to get this pulled up. Okay. Content. Posts. There he is. Okay. Now, I do want to share with y'all one thing. Maybe this is a bad idea. I don't know. But, oh man. Okay, here we go. So this is the still that I used tonight for the live, for the thumbnail. I kind of feel like Kent Hovind is doing something a little weird with his fingers there. I don't know. Maybe I've just drank a little too much and this is a little bit more funny than I think that it should be. But I feel like this pose from Kent is just a little hilarious. Listen, okay? This is how they do the gay sex. Just like this. I'm just trying to help. Listen, I'm no Josh Bowen, but I find it hilarious. I don't know. Maybe I was wrong in doing that, but who knows? All right. So here's Sean J with his comment. You know what? Let's actually let's move this over here so that it looks a little bit more appropriate for me to read. Maybe. Yep, I think so. Sean J says, I feel more stupid now than when I started the video. Everything he said was wrong. It was that easy to prove it, Kent. That's right. You got a heart there, bud. Vanta Blue says, I'll give him one thing. He builds his story in a clever way. Not that he has any semblance of connection to reality in it, but it'll reinforce the views of those that want to believe. True. Jason Kolasik says, you didn't say the whale peen was Hovind's. That's an easy choice. Halloween hater, Trump's mushroom, or Hovind envy of whale peen. Then we got Satan's little helper, who joined last week, saying this is what I'm thinking through this whole video. BS, whale peen. Oh, that's right. He's in jail. Actually, I don't think that he's in jail. I think that he's I don't think that he's turned himself over. I think that he's probably appealing whatever in the fuck kind of trouble he's in. So I don't think that he's in jail yet, but I don't know. The courts are a little weird. Next we got Wizard of Oz saying geological evidence is not your wife, Kent. You can't beat it. Oh snap! Shots fired for the Wizard of Oz. So now we've got Command Cyborg says, hello world. This week I'll be short. With Kent, there's no such thing as sweet. Hey, Mr. Kent, how's prison doing ya? Farewell. So, is this a dress up for Halloween video? Are you going as a scout or a rent-a-cop? Well, I guess since Brasifa's voice, in them here U.S. of America, Boy Scouts are light green or khaki or something like that, not blue shredded like over here, you're going for security guy. I like all of the special emojis all throughout this. I somehow don't feel safe, and neither should your wife nor four or whatever who can keep count. Anywho, why aren't the actual geology sorted in the way our little toy is everywhere? By the way, how did Aolan layers form while covered in the torments of tumultuous floods? That's a good question. I don't fucking know. At least not on Kent's idea. I don't know is what I mean. I don't mean I don't know in general. I mean I don't know how he would explain that. It seems rather ridiculous. Checkmate, creationism. And that without mentioning the heat problem. I should leave it there, but I see you don't know jack about dick when it comes to upright fossils. That's true, but he knows plenty about whale dick. Oh, wait. Not really, because whale dicks are not 15 foot long like Kent Hovind thinks. But it seems like he's wised up a little bit and is not saying, oh, whales have a 15-foot penis. Now he's just saying, they have sex organs. They use their pelvis in order to navigate underneath the water. With their dick, they got a huge dick, and they navigate it. Y'all can't see it, but I'm navigating my huge whale dick right now. And apparently they're going to navigate that shit in the dark. So they need a pelvis. And while dead clams can close again, or not open, under pressure, the ones on Mount Everest are most likely brachiopods. They close when they relax or die. Furniture, I know you've been corrected on this about a bazillion times. I don't know what furniture has to do with that, but okay. I'll leave it there before I go mad. Ah! Brasifa's again, but soothing. Breathe in, breathe out. Feel the tension slip away as your body relaxes, part by part, dick by dick. Oh, for fuck's sake! That wasn't short at all. Smash all of the like buttons and the subscribe, all the buttons. Ring-a-ling-a-ding, ram-a-lam-a-bing-bong. Join the Skeptic Mafia. Play the well dick bongos. I wonder how many of us will accidentally comment on Kent Official's video. LOL! That's all, folks. Thank you and good night. Transmission terminated. Thank you so much, Mr. Monster. Appreciate the super chat. I'll get to that here in a second.
I hear they're huge.
Jonathan Nickel. Actually, I expected a little bit longer of a comment from Jonathan tonight, but doesn't take much to refute his shit. Another video where Kent demonstrates that he goes through life with his fingers in his ears. Where does the geologic column exist? All over, Kent! Though there are a number of areas where significant parts of it can be seen. That's true. Not every single part of the Earth has a full geologic column, but there are certain parts of the Earth that do have a geologic column. Oh shit, did I skip Roble? Oh fuck, I'm so sorry, Roble. I totally skipped you. I'm so sorry. That was not intentional. Michael W. Roble says this whole video was BS, but it did make me think of an important question. What is Kent going to do to prevent Eric, his ne'er-do-well son, and his ex-wife from seizing his assets while he's in jail this time? Just thinking ahead.
Corn?
You know, just trying to help. Okay. Kent, this is back to Jonathan Nichols' comment, by the way. Kent tries to claim that the entirety of the geologic column was laid down by the flood of Noah, which did not and could not happen, but which creationists like Kent cannot deny. As laughable as Kent's videos always are, it saddens me to know that there are people in the world who are taken by his unfounded claims and blind dismissals. Yes, but those people are Matt Powell. And I totally expect that. Out of the people that would be convinced by Kent Hovind's bullshit, I expect the kind of thinking that Matt Powell presents. And so it's no surprise to me that those people would follow Kent. But some people wake up and some people come out and Kent gets into trouble. Just saying. On another note, on another note, have a happy Halloween for Sunday. Those who are celebrating, trick or treat. GE, 1 shilling will suffice. Oh, yes, 1 shilling. Join the Skeptic Mafia. Because the Skeptic Mafia is awesome. You get to see the dumbass video, and you get to comment on it, and then me, however drunk I may be, will comment, or will read your comment live on the air. So it's out there forever on the internet. Not behind a paywall or nothing. And I'm the one that's saying the shit. Thank you so much there, Jonathan Nickel. We got Quentin Van Boven, who says, ain't it funny how they always point to trees to try to disprove the geologic column? As if it isn't known that trees can remain standing for a long time even after they're dead. I don't know what importance the claims being whole and being buried alive has, as it works just as much in favor of millions of years as it does for Kent's 6,000 years. Well, technically, Kent has a 1 day kind of theology for the burying of everything, apparently, not 6,000 years. But I get what you mean. Also, I don't think that the flood would have been able to make everything settle the way we see it, especially not with Kent's idea of it being the tide that did that. True, but I have to think back to a meme I made during the Ken Ham versus Bill Nye debate, where basically Ken Ham is a magician holding up his hands, juggling magic, and saying, I don't gotta explain shit. It's magic. Ah! That's exactly the kind of mindset that Kent Hovind has. This is magic. I ain't gotta explain shit. Ah! Is exactly his thought process on it. Time for a shilling. Hey, you! Yes, you! Do you want to play with a 15-foot whale peen? All right. It's really only like 10 foot, but we all lie about the peen size. But if you do, then hit that join button and then you can get this emoji, the whale peen, along with many others. Also, oh, that's totally the wrong one. Fuck, I apparently do not have the whale peen thing still up. You also get to help to choose the video for Friday's stream, a weekly podcast, a quote-unquote weekly podcast, a monthly hangout, a Discord channel, and the ability to make a comment like this and make GE say something silly, like, I don't know, Star Trek is better than Star Wars and indexing at 1 is the best and should be the only way to index. Well, that's my time, folks. That's wrong. I like both Star Wars and Star Trek. Star Wars is awesome, and Star Trek is awesome. So I feel like those are equal to me. See, I knew that would offend her. It did. It offended her. Equal. She's been acting like she hasn't been listening to me this the whole time. But then I say that and she's like, what the fuck? Shh. What? Oh. Oh, am I ridiculous?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you come over here.
Sorry, I had to leave for a little while. Child maintenance.
Oh shit! Yeah.
It's
Oh
fine.
damn! I didn't realize what time it was. Trickster, we're almost done. Trickster, woohoo! I knew it had to be Kent. I hear he's on quote unquote vacation. You would think. Then we get Gary White says, "Oh boy, a dumpster fired by a criminal. Can't wait for you to rip him a new one. See y'all tonight." Thank you so much there, Gary. Then we did have a couple of super chats, so we are gonna just go right back on over to here. I hope everybody had an awesome time tonight. I know that I did. That was totally an accident. So we've got Mr. Monster, who says the fossilized plants were actually not trees, they're ancient weeds. I need some of the weed that Ken has been smoking, then I might be on his level. Well, from what I read, it's a mixture of different plant organic matter. So I didn't necessarily mean trees. I know that I probably said trees, but just basically plants that were that help compose those coal seams. Skeptic Dank says, "Why didn't stone tools sink to the bottom?" That's a good question. Why didn't stone tools sink? Why don't we find stone tools on the very bottom of the geologic column? That would be a good place to find them, but do we find them there? No, we don't.
So multiple chat are, and I checked the help and there's only one, and it's Jane sending for next week. So there's nothing there. I don't
Okay.
understand. Like Daniel and Elizabeth are asking.
Weird. Okay. I'm gonna check that really quick. Okay. Maybe I just didn't maybe I didn't refresh it good enough. I don't know. I pulled it up right as soon as I was about to do it.
I don't know when they.
So we got. Oh, okay. We got Christmas. Hold on. I see Christmas. Okay. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I just didn't like sort by newest or whatnot. Although I did go through all of them. But anyways, we got Christmas. It says my back itches. Cuffs. I mean, I'm back, bitches. Anyways, y'all probably hungry for my ASCII art. Here goes nothing. It's a classic, but I know y'all love it. Farewell. Oh hell, I have another one to make up for lost time, bruh. It's a pretty good one. Insert random shilling here. Oh, and Star Trek is superior to Star Wars. To add to that, Superman is more fleshed out character than his god. Oh, and remember, lick that like button, subscribe, and the dislike button, the subscribe button again, then keep licking until your phone screen is nice and slobbery. Lick, 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 lick. Don't lick it. I'm just gonna say, don't lick it. Yeah. So Daniel M says, "Holy shit, Mr. Well Dong himself can't remember what the ancient clams are called, but weren't they the ones that could survive on land? It has been a while since I have seen him get pwned in a debate. I just want to point out how dangerous he is to education. He knows the truth about evolution and how it works, and he is able to spin a story to his audience, kids, and make them believe if they don't know better. I have heard it said, and I'll say it again, he is no better than a used car salesman. Join the Skeptic Mafia and play with the whale peen. Help worthy causes and chat with GE and other Skeptic Mafia members. Did you and KC see David's costume? He wanted to do that for you two. Have a fun evening as GE tears this argument apart, as he has done before. Kent likes to say he will debate anyone with half of his brain tied behind his back. I think he literally does. Yeah. Oh, okay. And then here's Elizabeth. Well, fuck, it's Kent Hovind. The first thing I noticed as the opening ad to his video plays is the description that tells me they believe the focus should be on spreading the gospel and not monetization. So now the Bible studies are ad-free. Tell me more about this ad-free stuff, Side Eyes ad. I guess Kent needs money to pay his lawyer fees. What the hell is this fake park ranger outfit with the Jurassic Park dinosaur logo, which I'm sure is copyright infringement, that he's wearing? It doesn't make him more credible. What's this water spinning at 900 miles an hour bullshit? Is he a flat earther now? Listening to him just makes my brain hurt at all of the rapid fire stupid he spouts. But that's what he does, spout it all so fast that people don't have time to process it and refute him in real time. He doesn't seem to understand that his little jar of sediment isn't the earth and hasn't been around for billions of years. The layers formed in one day due to tidal changes? Seriously? Jesus fucking Christ. There's so much wrong in his video that it would take a novel to debunk all of it, and I just don't have the energy. What's even worse is all of the people in the comments of his video just eating it up. Sigh. I hope all of you heathens have a great weekend and a happy Halloween. Thank you so much. And I don't think... Oh, did I...
You read Sean Jay's article.
Yeah. And there's I Heart Dogs, 900 miles an hour. Did he pull that out of his ass? If the entire world was covered with a violent churning water, how could there even be tides? There would not be any landmass to interact with water. Hey folks, become a member of the Skeptic Mafia, extra videos, helping to choose the charity, and cool emoticons like this fail whale. Subscribe and hit that button. Wizard of Oz, Command, Michael, Quentin, Trickster, Gary. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't know why those didn't show up. That's really weird. So sorry, guys. But anyways, I do need to get out of here because Xander needs to go to bed, and it's way past his bedtime. Really appreciate all you heathens out there. I hope that you guys have a great time this weekend. Be safe celebrating Halloween. Sorry, I got to get back over here. Be safe celebrating Halloween and everything like that. And I guess we will see you guys next week. We've got more of the Ridge stuff coming, so definitely stay tuned for all of that. And I guess I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to stand up and use your voice. And we got one last super chat from Quentin Van Boomen that says, has the Titty Cancer Charity been chosen yet? We have not looked for the Titty Cancer Charity. But we will.
Oh, do y'all smell that candy corn?
Anyways, y'all have a nice night. Just want to make sure I'm not missing any. Well, shit, I don't have any of the previous super chats. I don't think I'm missing any super chats.
I don't think you did that one. Bottom.
Oh, yes, I did. I did. All right, awesome. So I guess I will see you heathens later. We actually don't have a debate this weekend. That's actually been pushed due to some circumstances that have arisen. So that debate will actually be on Sunday, November 14th at 8 p.m. Central. So mark your calendars, I guess. I'll have more information about that next week. But if you guys will, have an awesome weekend, and I will see y'all later. Don't forget to stand up and use your voice. Bye, heathens.
Bye, y'all.